Where should I start this one? Because it's going to be about censorship, and it's going to be about bullying. It's going to be about judgmental attitudes, and then for-profit discrimination. Quite frankly, which is then online bullying and hostile tactics by corporations. And since corporations are not people, they're by definition psychopathic. Okay. The corporation, by definition, is a psychopath. It doesn't have any feelings. It doesn't have any responsibilities because it's not real. I'm going to read this poem by Dylan Thomas. It's a good poem. It's born October 27th, 1914 in South Wales, was the archetypal romantic poet of the popular American imagination. So, again, I'll cite Alice and, and Art Chat on this. The death of romantic love. Even Pearl and Pearl Davies and, say, Megan Murphy talk about this. The reason why so many people of our generation, the millennials, are not having children and are depressed and despondent because of what other people have done. We are not responsible. Like this multi-generational trauma transfer. Okay, we had to come up in the age of relentless 24-hour news cycle propaganda and violence. So much violence, right? I was starting to sound like a censor myself, like a conservative Christian censor. But I'm much more liberal, I'm much more accepting of other people's ideas. I'm willing to listen. I've been listening for years and years, and observing and watching other people and how their problems and these issues fuck up their lives, right? And then fuck up my life because, it's such a huge issue. Okay? And so now I'm facing down freaking LinkedIn for interfering with my means of making money. And then, Instagram has suspended my account for like close to a year now. And like these tactics are intended to make people commit suicide, right? Oh, it's not our problem if they just go away. Then we have one less person that's competition. No problem. I will not give up on my childhood dreams for anybody. No one can take my passions from me. They could steal them for a moment, but they can't take that away from me. Okay. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning they. Do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned, too late, they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men, near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Do not go gentle. Sorry, I messed it up. Rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now for your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. This poem is about having something stolen from you and facing down a world war. A lot of people think that they know who I am. But you don't. You don't know me. I started playing saxophone in grade 7, right? I was 10 or 11 years old. My father supported me and my sisters in our musical talents. And we had lessons at Alpha Music Services, at least Natalie, my sister Natalie and I, with Barry Usher. Barry Usher was my teacher. I don't know if that's any relation to David Usher, but 6 degrees of separation, and creative people in Canada are rich. We have a rich talent pool here in Canada, and again, my rage is because when we're not being appreciated by the world, and we're being cast off to the side. And I knew because of North American culture that if I wanted to succeed as an artist, again, quoting Paul Duff, right, that I should not be an artist. My art is in this in these yearbooks, right? And this anime drawing of a Crusader knight was done by my rival, quite frankly, Veronica Cable, and she played tenor, I believe. And just people are not getting the message, just not getting the message. Why would I dig up the past? Because it's part of self-authoring, right? And so I set the example for everyone else. I know there's a real conflict because of the cultural Marxism and the philosophy and the motives behind transgenderism and queer elitism. But they want to silence me because of who I am and what I represent. I'm standing next to a black man as a child. I don't remember these people's names. And I have no idea what they look like now. all the work that I did in my early life to be someone. And then to have it stolen from me. You know, you recognize these. Pushed out at every opportunity because, you know, I didn't want to fight them. I didn't want to fight them. I didn't want to unleash my rage on these people. You know, in this piece of paper here from Fanshawe, in General Arts and Science, this is a symbol of the shit that I've been put through. Only to be stabbed in the back. So, you know, I was getting burnt out by the time that I was 19. I was losing the passion for the saxophone. And I played alto and bari in the CCH band. And this year, this is my RCM certificate for grade 4. Irrefutable proof of my talents and my abilities. Even though I was trying my hardest to fuck it all up. Right here, this is my evaluation from 2002. So I didn't get honors, but I did pass, you know. I passed. And so I can read sheet music like Matthew Good. This year, this is my very first engineering drawing. The very first one. So, you know, it's a tragedy not to be found. It's even worse to be ignored. I am not who you think I am. I'm something far, far better. And that's why people want to kill me. I know there's many of you out there like that in the creative arts. And some people They seek to silence me with these censorship laws or other people like me because they didn't put the work in. Their jealousy, their deceit, their contempt of my very existence. Even some people in my own family. When we don't support the arts, we resign ourselves to the dying of the light. Do not go gently into that good night. I have nothing further to say other than censorship is the enemy of the artist. And I'm surrounded by the wealth of my talents. Thanks for sticking around. And don't kill yourself. Suicide is cringe. We have to fight now.